What's going on, everybody? It is finally March, and we have 3 new additions to the PS Plus Essentials list. This video probably should have come out like a week ago, but if you're anything like me, you've spent every free hour you have playing Monster Hunter. Regardless though, today we are going to be taking a look at all 3 of these games and their trophy list to see if any or all of them are worth trying to get those platinums. So without any delay, let's take a look at our first game. First up this month is the newest game in a beloved franchise, Dragon Age The Veilguard. Veilguard is a single-player RPG similar to Dragon Age Inquisition, which this game is a direct sequel to. The story of Veilguard takes place 10 years after the events of Inquisition. Don't worry though, you don't need to have played Inquisition to be able to play Veilguard, but there are some ways where it does help. Now, talking about the trophies, Veilguard consists of 53 trophies, made up of 38 bronze, 13 silver, 1 gold, and the platinum, with the trophy list basically asking you to just do everything the game has to offer. For example, there are 14 trophies related to just finishing the story, with another trophy dedicated to getting the best ending, which is achieved by maxing out relationships with all of your companions and factions, and another trophy for getting the secret ending, which you can get by completing several specific tasks before the end. Similarly, there are 7 trophies specifically tied to completing your companion's individual quest lines, 6 trophies tied to completing faction side quests, and another 6 trophies directly tied to completing the side quest Regrets of the Dreadwolf. There are also 2 missable trophies that you need to pay attention to. The first one is called Clear Minds and Open Hearts, which you can get after the previously mentioned side quest Regrets of the Dreadwolf, where upon completing the mission, you must gain the favor of one of the characters by choosing specific dialogue options while talking to them. The second missable trophy is called Enhancements, which is obtained for fully upgrading a weapon, armor, and accessory to the max level. This is missable because in order to max level an item, you first need to upgrade your Caretaker shop to level 10, which requires Caretaker power. And while you can get Caretaker power in multiple ways, the biggest way is by getting collectibles called mementos. According to the roadmap on Power Picks, you'll need to get around 140 of the total 182 mementos in order to get enough Caretaker power to max out the shop. And there are mementos, of course, in quest-specific areas, so you'll unfortunately probably want to be using a guide during your playthrough. Now, while this game isn't exactly the hardest, be prepared for a longer platinum. Guides put the time to completion at around 60 to 80 hours, but because there are no difficulty related trophies, the platinum can be earned by playing on the easiest difficulty. Speeding in as our second game this month, we have Sonic Colors Ultimate. Sonic Colors Ultimate is a 2021 remake of a Wii game of the same name, and this was the first mostly traditional Sonic game after the less than well-received Sonic 06 and Sonic and the Black Knight. And for the most part, seemed to do an okay job of making Sonic fans happy. Sonic Colors Ultimate sets you in outer space, where Dr. Eggman has enslaved an alien race called Wisps that Sonic has to free. So really, it's not too different than the normal Sonic games, except it's aliens instead of little forest creatures. Talking about the trophies, Sonic Colors Ultimate has 47 trophies with 34 bronze, 9 silver, 3 gold, and the platinum trophy. As you might expect, the trophy list is pretty much as straightforward as it can be, with 7 trophies related to beating every level, 7 trophies related to beating all levels with an S rank, 7 trophies for 100%ing every level, 7 trophies for beating all of the bosses in either less than 3 hits or with an S rank depending on the boss, and 7 trophies for collecting all of the Chaos Emeralds with an extra for beating any act as Supersonic. There is also a collectible in the game which are referred to as red rings, but getting all of them is a little less straightforward. As you progress through the game, Sonic unlocks new powers through the new Wisps he meets. With red rings on every level, needing powers from Wisps that Sonic gets at later stages, more than likely you'll need to play every level at least 2 times so you can get them all. There is also one deceptively mean trophy to watch the credits. Now, I don't normally skip credits. Sonic Colors credits, though, is apparently 30 minutes long, which does seem pretty excessive. Now, the guide on PSN Profiles puts this game at around a 4 out of 10 difficulty and will take you approximately 25 hours to complete. Before we get to the final game of this month, if you guys are interested in trophy hunting, then be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel, as I'm putting up a video like this every month as the PS Plus games come out. Our last game of the month brings us back to the early 90s with some peak arcade action with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection. The Cowabunga Collection is a collection of 13 mostly side-scrolling beat-em-up Ninja Turtle games from 1989 through 1994. Now, truthfully, there is almost nothing to mention regarding this game's trophy list. There are only 14 trophies total, with no bronze, 3 silver, 10 gold, and then the platinum. Every single trophy in this game is for beating each game in the collection. The platinum already seems easy enough to get depending on how good you are at these games, but honestly, for the most part, it is one of the most laughably easy platinums we've ever been offered through PS Plus. This game features a watch mode, which allows you to take a look through the levels without actually playing them to see what's coming up. You can also drop yourself into the game and play where you want through watch mode, which is like a way to practice against beating bosses and stuff. Notably though, I believe beating bosses in this way doesn't get you any trophies. However, there is what is most likely an exploit where if instead of fighting the boss in watch mode, you instead make a save and then load back into that save from the menu. You are then technically beating the boss in a normal way and will get a trophy. This works for 11 of the 13 trophies because with 2 of the games, the watch mode doesn't really work in a way that would get you the trophies. It's weird. You just don't fight the enemies that the trophy asks you to fight. Now, if using an exploit isn't something you're interested in, which I completely get, there are still in-game cheats that you can use to make your time with the game easier. Some of these cheats include things like extra lives, God mode, faster movements, etc. And unlike the watch mode exploit, these are all in-game and readily available for you to use as long as you have a second controller lying around to be able to put in the codes. Now, the guide on PSN profiles gives this game around a 3 out of 10 difficulty with an insane estimated time of 2 hours to platinum. That is if you use the watch mode exploit. The author does state, however, that if you intend to not use the exploit, it does jump up to a 5 or 6 out of 10 with an estimated completion time of around 12 hours, which makes sense, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys did enjoy taking a look at this month's trophy list with me. Let me know down in the comments which of these games, if any, you are going to try to platinum this month. At this point, I've only really played the Sonic game, and honestly, I think I'm just a hater. I don't like games like that, and it's frustrating the hell out of me. Still probably fine, but yeah, not for me. I am currently trying to get 2 platinums among the PS Plus games every month, so I'm probably gonna knock out Sonic and Ninja Turtles and then spend the rest of my time playing Monster Hunter. Anyway, again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you stick around for the next video.